back. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
And this episode of Boomer Life is all about your health. From YesWellness, Dr. Paul Zickler in studio. Dr. Zickler had a little fun a few minutes ago responding to that article in the Wall Street Journal from January of this year. Basically, the writer, his proponent was that supplements have little benefits in generally well-nourished Western populations. Dr. Zickler says, maybe so, but show me a generally well-nourished population, and then we'll have that discussion. Because we don't live in one. Our nutritional intake is inadequate, Dr. Zickler. It's insufficient, partly due to the quality of the food we buy and eat. So that would, from your perspective, necessitate the use of supplements. So talk to us about, because at YesWellness, you've told us about the types of manufacturers you represent, very credible sources. So talk to us about, if you would please, synthetic vitamins versus vitamins that are made from food products. Is one superior to the other, or are we just talking two different types of, or two different methods?
Well, that's a good question because, I mean, if you go into any drugstore now and you go to the vitamin section, I mean,
there's a wall.
There's a wall, and everything's separate. There's all the way from A to Z.
Yes.
From vitamin E to zinc.
Yes.
And so.
What about 9 types of everything?
Yeah, and then a whole another complete shelf of multivitamins. Yes. And so, just to address that question, so. Rather than say synthetic versus
whole food,
I think whole food is the right term.
Okay.
Whole food implies everything that's made up with that vitamin. So, for example, if I can use a car analogy, an automobile.
Okay.
An automobile is made up of different parts. But you want one where all the parts fit together and they work as a unit.
Right.
So you buy one whole car. And that would be the whole food vitamin. Looking at the synthetic vitamins and making that same analogy, you would go to the junkyard and buy a wheel, another wheel over here, buy the engine, buy the side door, the back door, the trunk, the hood, and throw it all in a heap. That would be your synthetic. They're all there, but they're not working together. The car is not going to work.
Right.
Like the whole food one. And so what it implies is that the whole food has those elements. So there is the vitamin B's, the fatty acids, the zinc, the selenium, the antioxidants in the right doses from the whole food structure, where it contains all the other, some of them unknown factors that make those things work together.
Right.
To affect our hormonal balance. Those are the things we have no idea. We understand some of those coenzymes, cofactors, minerals, how they affect the micronutrient and how well it can be absorbed, etc., the viability of it. Versus the synthetic. So if you took all the components of this multivitamin, this whole food multivitamin, and bought each individual one of these synthetic ones,
still wouldn't get it.
You won't get it.
Right.
You won't get that effect.
So what if you're and we talked about this once before, and I would appreciate your reviewing the subject again, because now that we've talked about the type of vitamins that would be the preferred option, what would a typical package of basic supplements for any boomer look like these days, Dr. Zickler?
Well, in terms of the multivitamin would contain specifically a whole array of things. They would typically, the most important components of it would be the B complex vitamins, vitamin D. It would, and it may not be the sufficient amount of vitamin. You may have to supplement that with a organic vitamin D. Because the doses generally in a multivitamin may not be sufficient of that particular, but there will be some. And then a whole array of antioxidants and minerals that are important to establish a well-balanced hormonal balance in your body. And those are in amounts that have been found to be of use in the body in the right amounts.
Okay.
And then they're also supplemented with some herbs and some spices that the whole package is there to really balance your hormones and how they work, is to reduce inflammation, is to promote and get rid of all the byproducts of the metabolism. That's the antioxidants, the getting rid of the free radicals, just to make that automobile hum.
Right.
All right? And so it's like the glue that keeps the car running. And that's what's involved. Now, in addition to those, you need to have the free fatty acids. That's the free fatty acids, which are very important in terms of your metabolism and anti-inflammatory effects, and especially your brain function.
Okay.
And then probably some of the minerals that may or may not be in your multivitamin.
If I go to YesWellness.com, Dr. Ziegler, is it possible for me to begin to organize a program of supplements that are going to be right for me? Is there enough advice on that site, or can I link through the site to learn more about how to customize that supplement package that's really going to work for me? Or should I sit down with my family doctor and discuss it as well? What's a good credible source? Because there's so much information out there.
Yeah, I think the first thing is that you can educate yourself. If we're looking at people being empowered to look after the health, it's imperative that all of us do our own education and doing a certain amount of research on our own.
Okay.
And what I would suggest is that you could speak to your friends and relatives, and sort of look to see the resources that they have found to be excellent.
Okay.
So one of the sources I alluded to before was the Metabolic Effect Diet. And the Metabolic Effect Diet, and it's a very easy book to read. It covers all the things we've talked about today in a very simple way. And it's read easily, and you can take the information and go to your doctor to discuss your plans in terms of your nutrition, of which supplements is a part of it. And
so that book again, I'm writing this down on my notes because I know we're going to get emails after this. What was the name of that book?
Yeah,
it's the Metabolic
Effect Diet.
Yeah. Okay. The Metabolic Effect Diet. We're almost out of time here, Dr. Ziegler. Is there anything else that you can, by way of at least beginning the process of self-education, in addition to the Metabolic Effect Diet?
You can go to their website. You can go to their
So just Google this and okay.
It's called Metabolic Effect.
Okay.
.com. And you can also, the other source that I find intriguing is Mercola.com. MERCOLA.
Okay.
.com. And he is a physician who has seen sort of the light in terms of using complementary medicine to complement his natural.
If I go to YesWellness.com, can I link through? Will you link me through to Mercola and the Metabolic Effect Diet?
We have their products, and I'll make sure that we do that.
Fantastic. Great to see you again, Dr. Ziegler. Always a real pleasure. Enjoyed your shot at the Wall Street Journal.
Yes.
And look forward to another opportunity to talk a little bit more about, well, wellness.
Thank you.
See you next time on Boomer Life.